Okay, what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to make a fish keychain, and this is the keychain when it's finished. Unpaint it, and that's what we're going to be making today. And what you're going to need is the oval shape, the fish shape, a cell phone lanyard, a key ring, a toothpick, something to roll your clay with, water, and paper clay. And this is what the paper clay looks like. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is connect the cell phone lanyard to the keychain. Just like that. And we're going to set that aside. And then we're going to need 2 pieces of clay cut in an oval shape. And how you do that, what you need is 2 balls of clay, and you need to make sure that the balls are the same size. Just like that. And what you're going to do is roll it out. Just to make sure that it's, don't roll it too thin, about I guess a 1/4 inch is a good thickness. And then you want to put your cardboard cutout, just press it down lightly and hold real tight, and then go around it with the toothpick, cutting out your shape. And then take the excess, and don't throw it away, just put it to the side because we can use that. And then we're just going to take this off, and then we're going to get a little water and just smooth out the edges. You just wet your finger just a little bit, just enough to smooth out the edges. Don't push too hard because you don't want to take the shape away. Now we're going to set that aside and do the second ball, then exact same way. Roll it out to about a 1/4 inch. Let's see if the other side, yeah, okay. Just press it down and hold real tight, and then just trace around the shape to cut the clay, and then just remove the excess and set it to the side, and then gently get that off, and then do the same, wet your finger and smooth out the edges. Okay, so now what we want to do is take the piece that we already did, take our cell phone lanyard and key ring, and then at the very tip put the metal right at the edge of the clay, and then just gently press this down so that it kind of sticks in place. And then wet your finger and then wet the clay. And then pick up this piece and we're going to wet the back of it. And then gently stick it in place. And then once it's all even, give it a little push to make sure they're stuck together. And then what you're going to do is wet your finger again and just go around the edge with a little bit of water. So those seams have water now stick. And then what you want to do is go back and give it a little pinch. Not too much, just to stick those edges really good. And then you want to go back and smooth out the seam. And you can take your fingernail and kind of draw it, just go over it to try to get that seam out of there. And so that they stick. And by keeping your finger damp, it does a lot easier to get rid of that and to stick them together. Once we finish with that, then we set it aside, and then we take our excess that we had, and you might need to add more clay to it depending, and if it seems like it's cracking a little bit, just put a little water on it and it'll just make it go back to being really soft. Roll that into a ball, and now we're going to cut our fish shape. So we want to roll that to about 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch. Just hold it down real tight, not too pressing too hard, but when you get to the tail, you kind of just have to be a little careful, and you kind of have to just cut, because if not, it kind of wants to slide sideways. So pick that up and then just gently unstick it. And then do the same. Dampen your finger and just go around the edges to smooth them out. And once you have all the edges smooth, put your key ring back in place. Wet the back of this little fish cut out, and then lining them up and centering in the middle of your oval. And then give him a little press. And then you want to do the same here. You want to take your toothpick and be careful, because your clay is still really wet and you can misshape in it very easily. So just hold it gently and then just go down the edges so that you can smooth out the clay and make the fish stick to the keychain. Just go all the way around the fish and see if it starts like it's dry. Just dampen your finger and give it a little water, and it will smooth out perfectly all the way around the fish. Then you can take a paintbrush and just wet it just a little bit and go around the edges to smooth them out. There it is. Now, to give it a little decorations, I just gently make the tail fins. And then I come across here and draw that line. Press for the fins. And then the head. And then the eye. And there you have it. A fish keychain. And at the end of the video, I'll put my blog up, and where you can go, and there's a tab where you can get these cutouts. Well, you can print them off of my blogspot, and then they're printouts, and you can trace and cut them on some stiff thin cardboard. And then in the second video, I'll show you how I painted it. Thanks for watching.